We're going to go through the 20 must-answer questions. Now, before we do that, it's important for you to understand, before you answer yes or no, it has to be 100% yes to take a yes answer. If it's 99.9%, then it's a no. Question number 1. Have you discovered your true purpose for money, that which is more important than money itself? And before you answer this question, let me explain exactly what we're looking for here. When you think about what your true purpose for money is, it's got to be deeper than just working and saving. It's got to be something that your goal for your money. For example, the goal for my money is to create peace. I know that at some point in my life I'm going to have enough money where I'm at peace. I don't worry about my family or what's going to happen there. So for those who have discovered their true purpose for money, you can usually narrow that down into one word. Maybe it's peace, maybe it's security, maybe it's love. But what we're not looking for, what we want you to be careful of, is saying my true purpose for money is just to have more money. The reason for that is because if you make money its own goal and it's just to have more of it, well, then you never end up having enough of it. And you are always under a lot of stress and anxiety and that sort of thing. So your true purpose for money is important, and it can't be money itself.
Question number 2. Are you invested in the market? This is a very simple question to answer. Do you own equities or don't you own equities? This could be inside of a 401k, simple IRA, or any other investment vehicle.
Question 3. Do you know how markets work? When you understand this, you'll understand how you can obtain the best possible return for the least amount of risk.
Question number 4. Have you defined your investment philosophy? A lot of people don't even realize you can have an investment philosophy. But this is really important because essentially, when you define your investment philosophy, you're defining how you want your money to be managed. And looking a little deeper into this question, you're basically saying, I believe in capitalism, which means I believe in free markets and that they work. Not that they're perfect, but that they work. Or I believe they fail. And then you have to believe that somebody can actually manipulate or have some sort of unfair advantage to actually be a successful investor.
Question number 5. Have you identified your personal risk tolerance? So this one can be tricky. A lot of people think it's a word, such as I am conservative or I am aggressive. That's not the case at all. What we're looking for here is a number, and the number represents how much volatility you're willing to accept inside of your portfolio.
Number 6. Do you know how to measure diversification in your portfolio? We're not asking you if you own just a bunch of stocks and bonds and mutual funds. What we want to know is, do you truly understand how much overlap you probably have in your current portfolio?
Question number 7. Do you consistently and predictably achieve market rates of return? Now, when we ask about market rates of return, a lot of people spend their investing lives chasing rate of return, only to find out that they never catch it. The reason for this is because if you think about the world we live in today, money moves very fast. So if you just focus on the fundamentals of investing, you have a better shot at catching rates of return because you're only focusing on market rates of return. You're not trying to beat it, you're just trying to capture what the market gives you.
Question number 8. Have you measured the total amount of commissions and costs inside of your portfolio? This is difficult for you sometimes to determine because as a whole, it is not always fully disclosed the amount of costs inside of each of your portfolio holdings.
Number 9. Do you know where you fall on the Markowitz efficient frontier? Do you know what your portfolio should look like so that you can receive the best possible return for your given level of risk?
Question 10. When it comes to building your investment portfolio, do you know exactly what you're doing and why? Now, this is an important question because a lot of times when we meet with client families and we ask them, why do you own these particular investments? They can't tell us. They don't know what's inside of them. They don't know what their expectation is. You've spent your entire lives saving this money. You should know what's happening to it behind the doors. There should be some transparency there. So understanding exactly what's going on with your money and your portfolio is very important.
Question number 11. Are you working with a financial coach or a financial planner? Most people are working with a planner. This is somebody who helps you figure out whether or not you have enough money saved for retirement. But the bigger question is, how are you going to successfully navigate your way through retirement? And that is what a coach does.
Question 12. Do you have a customized lifelong game plan to guide all of your investing and spending decisions?
Question 13. Do you have an investment policy statement? This is not a prospectus that we're talking about here. We're talking about a statement from the money manager that explains exactly what they are going to do and they are not going to do when it comes to investing your money.
Question number 14. Have you devised a clear-cut method for measuring the success or failure of your portfolio? So in this question, what we're trying to determine is, quite simply, is your portfolio broken or is it working as expected? And you do this by finding the benchmark that you measure it against.
Question 15. Do you fully understand the implications and applications of diversification in your portfolio? Do you understand how helpful a globally diversified portfolio can be in reducing volatility and enhancing returns?
Question 16. Do you have a system to measure portfolio volatility? Now, when we ask this question, we're not saying, do you know if you're aggressive or if you're moderate or if you're conservative? This is a scientific number that helps you to understand how much your money may move in a typical market scenario.
Question number 17. Are you aware of the incentives brokerage firms and the financial community has when selling commission-based products? The core to this question is, do you understand that sometimes somebody is selling you a product that provides them a greater benefit than yourself?
Question 19. Can you identify the cultural messages and personal mindsets about money that destroy your peace of mind? There are many things that we learn from our youth in our families, from our parents, other relatives, or what we learn today from the media that all contribute to a destruction of our peace of mind. Those messages are often there based on other people's experiences that do not relate directly to what we experience and what our needs are. It's important for us to see how these messages and mindsets affect our thoughts about money and can literally destroy our peace of mind going forward.
Question number 20. Are you ready to shift your personal experience with money and investing from a scarcity mode to an abundance mode? Obtaining yes answers to these 20 must-answer questions is the first step in discovering financial peace of mind, in our opinion.